7 different types of tobacco in its blend? American Habano Sungrown Wrapper? If that doesn't excite you, we just don't have much in common. I'm Cigar Sherpa Laird Mayhew, and today I've got for you the Liga Privada T52. Stay tuned. All right. Welcome back to another cigar review by Cigar Sherpa. I'm Laird Mayhew. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button, like it, share it, spread it out to the world. We appreciate the support. If you've been here before, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I've got a pretty good cigar for you guys today. I'm pretty excited about it. Like the intro said, I've got the Liga Privada T52 in Bellicoso, 6 inches by 52 ring gauge. And let me tell you something, little backstory here, or side note, footnote, whatever you want to call it, cliff note. Anybody that knows me or has heard me write a review or speak on a review, when the name Drew Estates comes up, my upper lip kind of curls and I kind of give you that look like, I'm just not a fan of Drew Estates. I'm going to tell you why. It's not the company, okay? Back when they hit the scene, I want to say it's about late 90s, early 2000s, they hit the scene with brands like Acid and, infused flavored cigars. I had already kind of developed my palate with, cigars, non-infused cigars, long filler, naturally aromatic cigars. The idea of an infused cigar to me is kind of like how do I say? I'm a snob, okay? I look down on them, okay? I understand they get people into cigars. They're a good beginner cigar. That's one way to look at them. For me, not so much. Really, it's kind of like a bull rider. A bull rider would tell you, a pro bull rider would tell you, if you want to learn how to ride bulls, you get on a bull, okay? You don't get on a mechanical bull because you learn a lot of bad habits, okay? So I'm not knocking anybody that likes Drew Estates. They got a very big following. They're a very successful company. Nothing but respect for the creator there. I kind of know a little bit about how he got started, and nothing but respect to you, brother. I'm just not a fan of infused cigars, so it's kind of put me off on Drew Estate cigars in general. So, with that brings me to the Liga Privada T52 Bellicoso, 6 inches by 52. What intrigues me about this cigar is not just all the hype around it, okay? Because honestly, for the last year or so since it's been out, I haven't paid attention to the hype because I don't really, it's a Drew Estate cigar. And there's other ones out there I've been trying to get through. But I was recently watching some interviews with Nick Melillo. Now, he is the owner and the man behind Foundation Cigars, with blends like Charter Oak and the Wise Man. He was formerly of Drew Estates. He was their master of tobacco, I guess. The guy is a freaking rocket scientist, mad genius when it comes to tobacco. Okay. If you're a cigar nerd or a tobacco nut, you listen to this guy talk. He's very into it. He's very passionate about what he is doing, and the way he's doing these hybrid seeds and there's different types of tobacco. Sometimes I don't really care for like the Crazy Alice's or the Juicy Luces, whatever that is, with the using the Turkish tobacco and the Louisiana tobacco. It's not for me. Okay, I've tried it. They're okay. Remind me of like a gas station cigar, but again, that's just my opinion. I'm not out there telling you to, dislike certain brands. I'm just giving you my take. So here we go. Interesting about this cigar is the leaf. That's what got my attention. The wrapper leaf. Okay, an American Sungrown Habano stalk-cut wrapper. Okay, what that means is, rather than prime the tobacco plant, which they normally do, which is, the plant's got multi tiers of leaves. So they come in, they take off the bottom 3 leaves. 5-6 days later, they come back and they take off the next, and they take off the next. They take them off leaf by leaf, and they take them to the barn and they cure them. With the stalk cut, they chop that whole bitch off at the stalk, okay, and then they cure it that way. And what that does is it allows the leaves to suck in more nutrients from the stalk, which is where all of the nutrients, that's the interstate, and it gets off at the different exits to go to the leaves and whatnot. So very, very interesting to me. Very, very beautiful, dark brown chocolate, leathery looking wrapper. Very toothy, oily wrapper that smells delicious. I got like a barnyard and hay smell there. Light, looking about it and reading about the construction of it, especially when it comes in from Honduras. And it's got 7 different types of tobaccos from Honduras and Nicaragua, which is the best I could find out. I was trying to find out, what types they had in there, but 7 different types. It's got to have ligeros, probably secos, different types from different regions. So I'm excited about trying this. So the construction is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's got the double cap on it, which is perfect. I mean, I think I paid $18 for this stick. So this is what I was talking about in my Cuban cigar hype or are they worth it video, is the construction. I paid a lot of money for this. Okay, like I said, I get above $10 on a cigar, you start playing with my emotions. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to deliver. So it's got some veins on it, but they're not bad. I was expecting it to be a little bit more veiny and hard, kind of like a Connecticut broadleaf or a Brazilian Modafina wrapper. So anyway, smells very good. Smells like it's going to be fairly mellow, full-bodied. I have no doubt this is going to be a full-bodied cigar. Strength-wise, I'm thinking it's going to be about medium based on the smell. Like I said, I got that barnyard hay smell, and I could probably sit here and look at this thing and go on. It's got a nice band. They're one of the people that get off on bands and grade those. I really don't care because it's going to come off as soon as I can get it off anyway. Now today I am going to use a V-cut. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the V-cut myself. I don't like the way it feels in my mouth. But when I've got a cigar that's got a lot of complexity to it, I feel like the deeper I can get a cut in there, like maybe the more, the deeper cut's going to be better. I could be wrong, all right? I've never really bothered to look into that, but I will. So what I've got here, I've got a Lotus. Got it at JR's. No idea if they're good or bad, but they get the job done. So I want to put that in there as flat as I can and clip. And, yeah, not bad. A little off kilter there, but very light. A little chocolatey flavor in there. Weird. There's nice leather in there too, chocolate leather, but I was expecting this thing to kind of be a little bit more hearty, based on the reviews and people that I've talked to. Okay, let me get my lighter. Let's get this thing toasted up and going. Oh, did I forget my lighter? Well, I forgot my handy dandy, my trusted Vertigo. Oh, no, there it is. All right, I was going to use my backup lighter, but why when I got my Vertigo, aka the AK-47? All right, let's get this thing toasted up. Let me take my sunglasses off. I don't want to scorch the wrap. This one at all. Very lightly get that end toasted. That bottom part right there. Wow. Right away. I'm getting a pepper. I'm getting a kick, a pepper kick on the palate. Whew. Whoa, ho, 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 ho. Yes, sir. Now that is a roundhouse kick to the face. I mean, the pepper is still lingering on the retrohale, on the finish. I don't really taste anything yet as far as that, besides that peppery kick there. So let's... Dark chocolate for sure. Like a rustic leather. I wouldn't even say a fine leather. Like a good, just like a leather jacket almost. Like a good thick leather bomber jacket. The smell. And a sweetness. There's definitely a sweetness on there. Wow. Now, this is another thing that I don't like about Drew Estate cigars. It always happens on every one that I smoked, and I'm just not a fan of it. You see that foot smoke right there? It is like a roadside flare. I generally don't enjoy that. Although the cigar tastes like this, I'll look past it. But generally, if you're smoking in an enclosed space, which, a nice day you're sitting outside, but if you're in your car or you're in your house, if you smoke in there, which a lot of people don't do, but you have a smoke room, or even at the tobacco, your tobacconist has a smoking lounge, it's very noxious. That's the only thing. That's my complaint. But so far, well, that pepper's kind of fading off now. Wow, it's like they did that on purpose. They like put a little bunch there just to kind of kick you in the face and get you hooked on the cigar. So far it's burning okay. It's starting to run there a little bit. I'm gonna let that just try to fix itself. I've got that good leather taste. I've got a kind of a sweetness on there. I'm not sure. I'm gonna let that develop. It's a very, very rich cigar. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. I'm gonna head up down the road. I got a honeydew I got to take care of. I got to go get a headlight from my wife's car. So I'm gonna take a drive up the road, get that knocked out, and we'll come back. I'm gonna let you know how this thing develops. And I want to shut the hell up because I really want to smoke this thing. All right, so I'm about an inch or just over an inch into the first third of the cigar here. So about a fourth of the way if it's a 6-inch cigar, but it's not burning razor sharp, but it's burning good enough. The flavors have kind of transitioned a little bit. That's why I wanted to go ahead and get into it. Now, one of the things that another complaint I would have is that right there for no apparent reason. I mean, this thing was in perfect shape whenever I got it, and whenever I did the initial overall inspection of the construction, and it kind of split. I heard it pop as I was going. The draw is a little bit looser than I like. It's almost like making it burn too fast, and the smoke's almost getting too hot. So there's a knock against it. The foot smoke, I believe that the blenders did that on purpose. It's with the oil. It's just a trademark of theirs. All their cigars that I've ever smoked does it. So I won't knock them for that. It's just something that I don't care for. The burn, not bad. The ash is nice and white and nice and thick. So, I'm not going to knock them for not having that razor sharp burns. With a draw, which I believe probably comes from the way that they bunch the cigar. I think that they developed this method. I'm not sure if they developed it or if they're bringing it back or what, but most cigars are roll bunched. They lay all the tobacco out and they kind of roll it up and they put it in a form, and then they come back and they put a binder in a wrapper. Sometimes they kind of fold it a certain way. From what I could read, and I don't really understand it because I'm not a cigar roller, but they kind of mix the two methods together. So that could be it. That's just me taking a guess on why that burns wonky, but I hate to see that thing split right there, but no smoke's coming through it. So we're good to go. I'm just going to keep smoking on this thing as the flavors develop. And when I come back, I'm going to tell you about those flavor transitions. Stay tuned. All right, all right. We're just getting past the first third and into the second third of the cigar, and that ash is, I'm about to tip that on out. I just wanted to kind of show you the burn still uneven. Ash holding on, and probably stay on there a little bit longer if I tried, but I don't want it falling off in my lap, so I'm going to go ahead and tip it out. And it tipped right off. So anyway, let me get into these transition flavor, or the flavor transitions that I got here. So going in right towards the end of the first third, it really mellowed out. Really mellowed out. That first third, like I said, that first light smacks you in the face with pepper. If you're not careful, it will water your eyes. Or if you're like me, you kind of like that. So, you know, that's a good thing. The flavors were kind of bold at first. It's kind of a dry smoke at first. It's kind of rustic, but it really evens out to a smooth, dark chocolate, almost like a dark espresso. Deep dark, like Turkish coffee, if you're familiar with Turkish coffee. It sweetens up a bit. So you get like a very good, deep tobacco flavor, really sweet tobacco along with it. And I tell you what, the nicotine buzz from this too, I don't normally get a nicotine buzz from a cigar, but this one I might have to stop and, you know, eat a piece of Snickers bar or something. But the pepper finish is outstanding. It's got a very smooth peppery finish. You know, normally a peppery finish is like it's got a kick to it, but this is very smooth. So again, the draw is actually kind of tightened up too. It was very loose, very loose draw in the first third of the cigar, and I didn't really care for it. It was making it kind of burn fast. The smoke was getting kind of hot, causing it to be thin. But now it's kind of like tightened up a little bit to where it's a perfect draw, and the smoke is nice and cool and is burning. It's a quick burning cigar, as you can tell if you can see that that foot smoke coming off of there. Not really much I can say about it. Other than what I've said, so far I'm really enjoying it. Let's get back into it and get it into the second, or get past the second third and into the final third, and I'll let you know if there's any changes. All right. Going into the final third of this cigar, I just removed the band. Actually, I was halfway through my ending segment and I started getting bombarded with phone calls, work calls on a Sunday. Got started back up again, and then my wife calls. Can't get a hold of my father-in-law. So I'm just going to go ahead and restart. But I only missed about 2 minutes. It was just bad timing is all. I have to work on that. Maybe I can set my phone to do not disturb while I am filming. But anyway, I took the band off. And I'm going into the last part of the cigar. And it's still smoking great. I mean, it's not even getting hot or bitter. Okay, the flavors did transition in the last third. And it was not what I expected. It kicked up big time. So I'm guessing whatever they did in the back part of this cigar was probably loaded with some strong tobaccos. Probably what it tastes like to me, like a double Ligero or Ligero cigar. So they start you off with a big old pepper smack to the face. It mellows out. You get that good Turkish coffee, good fine leather, caramel sweetness. It stays really mellow. It has a very smooth peppery finish on the retrohale. You get all the way through to the end and you think you're going to go out very smooth, and right before it ends, it kicks up and it's strong. I mean, I like strong cigars. Y'all know this. I like roundhouse karate chops to the face. But this cigar, its nicotine level is off the charts. So I recommend when you smoke this cigar, have a full stomach, or at least pregame it with a candy bar like a Snickers, or, you know, pair it with a drink that's going to be sugary like a soda. You know, me personally, I pair all my cigars with either Coca-Cola, or coffee, or just water. I'm not a big alcohol drinker, so I don't really pair my cigars with anything but that. And I just sip on it. You know, I think I'm taking big drinks of it. You know, I just enough to wet my palate. And to me, the Coke flavor, coffee flavor, it just goes. It's just a beautiful thing. So ranking this cigar, like, I don't give grades, okay? I think that's just, it could be a 90, not whatever. That's just not me. Smokability, I did not enjoy smoking this cigar, okay, because the construction was beautiful, pretty light. But as it got burning, it burned uneven. The wrapper peeled back. I had that wrapper split that I pointed out. I mean, it just kind of popped. It kind of peeled off, and you got to like stop and correct the burn and all that. It never lost its flavor profile. It never lost the aspect of being good. And the flavors are very complex. Very, very complex. Very deep. Probably one of the most complex cigars I've ever smoked. It's a very strong cigar. I think I already said that. So, anyway, started off with a big, big peppery finish. Very, very good finish. It mellowed out, and in the end, it ramps up big time with straight Ligero tobaccos, and I'm guessing on that. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a tobacco in here that maybe was a tobacco that's traditionally used for pipe tobacco. It kind of gives me that feeling when I smell, like the aroma coming off the foot smoke it's very nice. It's very aromatic cigar. It's not danky. It's not typical. It's just it's better. So would I recommend it as a daily cigar? Hell no, because it's too freaking expensive. If you got that kind of money, well then maybe. But it's very strong. Okay, it's a very strong cigar. I don't know that I could smoke this every day. Having to fight with it the way I did, and to be honest, this is my third Liga Privada. This ain't my first one. It's my first T52. I had the what was it, the T9, maybe? Yeah, T9. I had a few of those, and it was the same thing. Same thing with the construction and the burn and the foot smoke. Okay, now I won't ding them for the foot smoke. Like I said, that's just their signature. And I'm going to do some more research on that, on if they're, because they must be shooting for that. Some people like it. I'm just not a big fan of it. So overall, probably one of the most complex cigars you're going to smoke. Well worth the price, I would imagine, because of the wrapper. You know, it's not a very common wrapper. Matter of fact, it's the first I've ever even heard of it. So they might be the proprietors of or the first time users of this tobacco on a wrapper. Good cigar. Good cigar. Am I sold? Nah. For the $18 that I spent on this, if I went back into the shop right now, I mean, there's other cigars out there that I would probably go for. Will I smoke it again? Yeah, definitely gonna smoke it again. Definitely gonna do it probably in the evening time, just after dinner, on a full stomach, and when I'm not driving, because the tobacco buzz on this thing is just out of this world. Anyway, thank you for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, if it's your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for the support. And look forward to more reviews coming. Like I said, I've got a pretty good catalog coming up. I'm pretty excited about my next review. So stay tuned for that. I ain't going to tell you what it is, but I bet you it's a cigar you've been sleeping on, that you've seen and you've passed up. Because I know I did for a long time until I picked it up and tried it, and I was blown away. So I can't wait to do a review on that one. So this has been your Cigar Sherpa, Laird Mayhew, reminding you to be polite to everybody you meet, but always have a backup plan in case you got to shoot them in the face. I'm out.